Hi, you're looking at the FRG-7, a communications receiver, also known among us old-timers as a shortwave radio. And this has been sitting around my garage for a long time. I don't even recall where it came from, but it was sitting there kind of in a pile of stuff I needed to check out someday. So I finally dug it out the other day and decided that I'm just going to put it up on eBay and get whatever I can for it, and I'm not going to get into working on it. But I did decide to pull it out of the case, and I went and took some contact cleaner and cleaned up the switches and the volume and that sort of thing, so they're not all staticky and scratchy. I also took the brush and dusted everything, and then ran the air compressor through top and bottom. So I cleaned it up there, but what about the radio part of it? Does that work? Well, power's on. I have a piece of coax coming out of the back, and it's just hooked to a piece of metal here in my shop. I don't know if it's a good antenna. Okay, there's the, I think that's the one that gets us the AM radio band. Obviously it's missing a tuning knob here. Okay. So what am I? I'm in the AM mode. Time for a little more contact cleaner on that. This is really, though, this is a project radio. I see on eBay that you can, what, $15 or $20, you can buy a set of capacitors to fix one of these. People also sell packages for the various light bulbs needed. So this one probably needs a capacitor pack, a knob, obviously, and maybe a couple of other little tweaks. I don't even have an operator's manual for this, but I was surprised to see that it has a place where you can put batteries. That's very cool. What's not cool is that I can't pick up any stations. Let's try another band. Let's see, lots of static. I may need an antenna connected to the outside. I'm in basically an aluminum-sided room. Not the greatest place for shortwave reception, but again, it's a project radio, and looks like it'd be a fun piece when it's working. The battery power is neat. Let's take a look at the back. Here's the coax I connected for an antenna, and that is actually tied into this wire clip right here, so you can hook a shortwave antenna either through the coax or through here. This is BC, and I think that's for the broadcast channels listening to the old standard AM radio. That's the antenna for that. And that's the ground. And this one says mute, and I suspect that's used with a ham radio transmitter, where when you go to transmit, you flip a little switch and it mutes your receiver so that it doesn't get overwhelmed with the sound of your own transmitter. I don't know if this wire, which has no end on it, came like this, or did they drill a hole and put that in? But what it does, it ties into the external DC jack, so you can plug in a DC power supply into here and run the radio off that. So you have AC power, you have an option for an external supply here, you have internal batteries, and this one I would bet is basically a two-conductor cable, maybe shielded, so that you can just connect this to 12 volts inside your car if you wanted to mount this in the car. And some of the dust I see on this thing and whatever makes me think maybe it was mounted in a vehicle at one time. Let's take a peek at the innards of this thing. can see the dial lights work. Lock, what does that mean? Dial set, what does that mean? Probably means I should go on Google and look at the user's manual of this thing. The next owner gets to do some dusting. Let's try one more time here, see if I connected a different antenna. Okay. We're on the broadcast band. I think that's tuned in about right. Nothing but static, which is pretty much an apt description of the AM radio band these days, but okay, there it is. I'll do one more shot here after I put the case back on. I've got the case back on now, and you'll notice that the handle is on one of the sides, and on the other side there is feet. There are feet, and that's nice for a portable rig, so you can carry it like a suitcase instead of having to cradle it in your arm if it didn't have a side handle like that. And I assume you can also put feet on this side, so when you set it down flat on a desk or other work surface, it has feet. We all gotta have feet. And that's the back. Nice little post to wind up the AC cord. And that's the cord connected to the external DC supply and the batteries. And if you don't want that thing, all you have to do is clip a couple of wires inside and it's gone. So there it is. Made by those yahoos from Yaesu. Is that Yazoo or Yaesu? And do we care? The FRG-7. Some assembly required, batteries not included, void where prohibited by law. Thanks for watching.